Hello and welcome to this topic, data interpretation. They say you cannot manage what you cannot measure. So as an organization, whether you're a college, whether you're a bank or a small or a big firm, it's important to know what your data is saying. That means if you look at the trend of your data in the last few years, it should be able to tell you a story whether your firm is moving in the right direction or no. So it should not come as a surprise why data interpretation or DI is an important and a separate section in most aptitude exams. Now coming to what is required to be really good at this section, I would say one is the basic conceptual understanding that is required of arithmetic, and in arithmetic also specifically I would say percentages, ratio, and I would say average is more than enough for you to be good at DI. My 2 cents on what skills will make you stand out, I would say, are understanding the information that is presented to you. That is number one thing. And second, I would say calculation. And when I say calculation also, I mean smart calculation. So if I were to, let's say, give these 5 questions that I am discussing in this video today to you, I am sure most of you will crack at least 40 to 60% of these questions. That means of the 5, 2 to 3 questions you can get right without any problem, or some of you will be able to even crack all the questions. But the value addition that I'm going to do in this video is that how should you become smart, when should you approximate, which method should you apply, when should you use the options, when should you not use the options. So all of these things are extremely important, and that helps you save a lot of time. So instead of doing a question in 1 minute, I'll teach you how you can do it in 15-20 seconds by just means of smart calculation. So let's move ahead. So first is we want you to be familiar with different data forms. That means sometimes the data could be presented in tables, sometimes it could be in pie charts, line graphs, bar charts, sometimes they could be a tabular format. That means a table plus they could give a pie chart, and sometimes they could give mixed graphs. So one is understanding of these different data forms, and that's how we've divided our video also. So for this video we'll look at these 5 questions and the data is in the tabular format. So let's look at the first question. It says expenses of a company in lakh rupees per annum over the given years. Okay, and here's the data. So like I said, before jumping at the questions, I would request you to first understand the data, the information, and then move on to the question. So what he's saying these are the years. So there are 5 years that are given from 2008 to 2012, and they are saying these are the different expenditure items of this company. So the company incurred expenses on salary, on fuel, on bonus, on interest on loans that they were paying, and taxes. So I think fairly simple. Let's move to our question. The first question is, what's the average amount of interest in lakhs per year which the company had to pay during this period? So the key word here is average. That means you should know what is average. So I'm sure people are already aware what average is. So if let's say I had 98, 99, 101 and let's say 102. If let's say I say this is my data, can you not calculate the average? Average is nothing but sum of observations upon the number of observations, meaning this plus this plus this plus this upon how many number of observations? 1, 2, 3, 4. But one thing that I would like to say is, instead of adding all this and dividing it by 4, what you could always assume is you could assume a number somewhere in the middle. So for average, so what you could do is you can say if 100 is the average, and then you can say, okay, how much is this less? So how much is this less? This is minus 2 less, right? 2 less. How much is this less? This is 1 less. How much is this big? This is 1 extra. How much is this extra? This is 2 extra. That means if you actually now see 100 you assume to be the average, and this is the extra that you're getting, 2 plus 1, so this is minus 3 and this is plus 3, and this gets cut. That means 100 is the correct assumption that you made. So this is one way to calculate an average instead of adding all these numbers. So the reason why I'm telling you this is, sometimes there could be a huge list of numbers. So why would you want to deal with 98 and 99 and 101, 102? These are not that good numbers, right, to play with. So but easier numbers are minus 2, minus 1. So 1, 2, 3, this is easier number. So from that angle, so now that we know what is average, we could solve this question. So he's saying average amount of interest in lakhs, so we could just do the addition. and we could get the answer. Also, the other thing to remember is, look at your options 32, 33, 34, 36. That means the options are not that close also. That means you could do a little bit of approximation also. So either you can directly add these numbers. So if I were you, I would say this is 1, this is again 1, right, and this is 0.3. That means I have 2.3, right, additional, and I would just add these numbers. So 9 plus 6 15 plus 1 16, 16 plus 5 21, 1 2, 4 3 7 to 9, 9 4 13, 13 and 5 is 18, right? So that means 181 plus 2.3, meaning whatever that number, and already I know the options are far away. Now I know there are 5 numbers, so 5 here, so 181 upon 5, so 5 into 1 5, or you can say 5 into 315, sorry, 5 into 315, and then 31 5 6, so 36 point something. That means greater than 36. There's only one option. So this is very easy, right? Nothing you have to do. How you could have also looked at it, you could look at this method also, how I shared with you, right? Depending on what works better, because this is simple, only 5 numbers to add. But you could have looked at saying that, okay, I could assume a number somewhere in the middle to be the average of this number. So what you could assume, let's say you would not assume somewhere from 23 to 49, say 41. What's the point of assuming 41? Because already none of the option is 41 or greater than that. Everything is less. I would be smart. I would always assume number to be somewhere in the middle of these options, so that if, let's say, I assume 34, let's say in this case, if it is more than 34, I know these two options are out. If it is less than 34, I would know these two options are out. So I would assume, let's say, 34. Now if I assume average to be 34, let's check how much is this less than 34. This is minus 10.6, this is minus 1.5, this is plus 7.6, this is plus 2.4, this is plus 34, so 115.4. that means minus 10 so this is minus 12, so you are getting minus 12 on one side, right? This one is nothing but minus 12, and on this side how much you're getting? Plus 7, 7 to 9, 110, 10, 25, so plus 25.4 from this side. That means plus 25 minus 12, that means you easily have an addition of 13. You assumed your average to be 34, so that means 34 plus 13, which is additional. This would be divided, not, you cannot directly add 34 plus 13. 34 plus 13 divided by these 5 different heads, 5 different years, right? So 5 into 2 point something. That means it will definitely be 34 plus 2 point something. So only option was this. So you could have done any method, but I just wanted to share with you these 2-3 ways how you can go about this question. So this is very easy. Next, move to the next question. Okay, expenses of a company per annum over the given year, same thing. And he's saying now, tell me the total amount of bonus, paid by the company during the given period. Okay, that means this 5-year period is approximately what percent of the total amount of salary. Very simple. So all you have to do is add this up and then add this up, and then if this is 10, this is 20, so you say 10 is what percentage of 20? Is this 50%, like that? Okay, so now how could you add it? This is although 4 numbers only, so we could do direct addition, or even if you don't like that at all, you can add all of this and then these decimals separate, 96 and 84. So what I'll do is I'll add this, right? So this will become 1.8. Are you getting 1.8 plus I have to now add 52 and 68, so I would say this will become 1.2 for me. Okay, 3 plus 3, 3 into 4, 12, 12 plus 2, 14, so 14 plus 3, right? So 1.8, 1.2, so this is 17, right? Or you could have directly done this also, right? I'm just trying to say that I always look for ways to avoid calculation as much as we can. So your bonus, the total amount of bonus has come as 17, right? This is what percentage of total salary. Now how much is the total salary? This you can directly add, right? Here also again how I would do is I would try to make it easy for me, but again these numbers are easy, so let's just calculate directly. 8 plus 2 10, 10 plus 4 14, 14 plus 6 20, 20 0 here 2, 8 to 10, 10 6 16, 16 5 21, 1 here 2, 4 3 7, 7 3 10, 10 5 15 to 17. So he's saying this is 1710. So he's saying what is 17 as a percentage of 1710. Now come on, we already learned in percentages, if you have to calculate, let's say 10% of any number, so ultimately let's say the number is ABC, so we know 10% of a number becomes AB point C. If you were to calculate, let's say 1% of ABC, it would be A point BC. That means because 10 by 100, so your decimal moves right by one place. So here your decimal, so if this number is the case, so what is 1% of this number? Decimal will move from here to here. That means approximately 17.1. So, and look at the options, they are far away, and he's saying approximately. So obviously this is so easy. The answer is 1%. So done. We'll move to the next question. The expenditure on all these items in 2008 is approximately what percentage of total expenditure in 2012? He's saying 2010, 2008, whatever the expenditure is, what percentage of expenditure in 2012? Now this is easy to calculate. So what I would do, 288, I was assume this 98 plus 3 is 101. So I'll add 100 to this. That means 388 plus 1. So 389. 389 plus these extra, right? So how much is this? 83 plus 23, 86 plus 20, 106.4. So how much is this coming to, right? So this is something that we can easily calculate. So this is how much? 495.4, right? So this is something easy, right? 495 because 9615, okay, 495.4. He's saying this is approximately what percent of 2012. Now again, this one, how will we do? 420, I would add this and this and this. That means 420 plus 100 is how much? 520. 520 plus 140, 50. 520 plus 140. So what I'll do is, this is 660. 660 plus these two numbers, right? So 660 plus 49.4 and 3.96, right? So again, this is very easy. 6 9 4 3 1 9 3 12 1 13 13 3 here 1 6 4 11 1 12 2 1 6 1 7, right? So approximately how much is this? 6 4 10 1 11, sorry. So approximately 713. Now do I need to add this much is the big question that you should ask yourself, because this saying this is approximately what percentage of this number. That means I can easily ignore this, right? So we can say this is around 495 and this is around 713. He's saying this is what percentage of this number. Now would you want to do 495.4 upon 713.36? No, that will take forever. So we want to save our time. So what you could do is, you will always look at options. So you're always alert and you're looking at the options. Options are saying 62%, 66%, 69, 70%. I know if I have to describe this as a percentage of this, instead of keeping them in fractions, can I not calculate percentage of this? So for example, you could look at 60%, but why would you look at 60%? Because all your options will still be there. I always tell you, look at an option so that some options are out this way or some options are out this way. In this case, I'll say 10% of 713 we can calculate is very easy, 71.3. Can we not calculate 70% of that number? And the reason we are calculating 70% is, if it is less than 70, we know options are this way. If it is more than 70, we can know this way. And if it's close to 70, we would know which one to pick, right? So 70% would be 71.3 into 7, right? So 7 into 3, 21, 1, 2, 7, 1, 7, 2, 9, right? 7, 7, 49. That means it is definitely more than 499, right? Because this was additional. So, and how much was the number given to us? 495. So that means these two numbers are very close. That means it's just little less than 70%. So the only option is 69. If you were still stuck and say, but what if it's 66, I don't think that doubt should come. But even in that case, you understand this is 3% less. 3% of this number is huge. 713, 3% would be 21 because 1% is 7. So definitely 69 without a doubt. So we could have done it this way. Next question. The total expenditure in lakhs of a company over these items during the year 2010 is how much? So they're saying this, and you have the options also, and options are also far away. So in 2010, so how will we do? This is 425, right? So according to my cell, right, 425, and let's say this is 100, so 525, right? So the moment I do this, 425, 324 plus 101, 425, plus this is more than 100, 525. There is no other option, so you will directly do this. So instead of calculating exactly 544.44, because there is none of these also, so it's like a 5-second question. You should not waste your time calculating 544.5. This is a sitter question. Okay, let's move ahead. Last question. Ratio between the total expenditure on taxes over total expenditure on fuel. Okay, now that means ratio of taxes upon ratio of fuel is what you have to calculate. Taxes is how much? So you could add this one up, right? 8, 8, 8. So 8, 3, 24. 24 plus 3, 27. 27, 4, 31. 1, right? Here 3. So this is approximately 451, right? So your total taxes is 451. Now they're saying this is what percentage of fuel. Again 3, 2, 5, 5 and 3, 8, 16, right? So 6, 1, and then what? This is so 586. So basically the simple thing is they're saying this is what percentage of this, right? So we have come in this format, that is 451 upon 586. Now this addition is something that everybody will be able to do, but now here is the thing, the ratios are like this in the option. So although they are far away, but still how to come. So first what we'll do, we'll try to use the approximate, like we'll try to first use the divisibility rule. Is it divisible by 2? No. 3? No. 4? No. 5. So you're not getting a number which can divide this easily, and then you could come to a smaller numbers, right? The key thing here is approximately. So can I do some approximate? Can I not write it because these numbers are so big upon 585 so that it becomes manageable? Now just see, 5 into 9, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5, 30, okay, 3 into 30. Now this is easily divisible by 3, right? 3, 3, 9, and then 27. So 3, 9, 27, 30 by, so that is, this is very easy. 3 into 10, 3, 13. So you have your 10 by 13, and you can mark your option. So in this question, if you realize, and this is not a question that I made, this is an actual question, right, from an aptitude exam. That means after you get this, they expected you to make your life easy to actually do this, right, rather than dividing and then checking all this or converting all of this into decimal and then converting this into decimal. This will take forever. They wanted you to do a little bit of approximation, and the moment we did a little bit of approximation, it is obvious that the answer is 10:13. So we are done with the 5 questions in this video. So what did we learn in this video? Just a recap. So one, we used options. So I think that was very important. Two, instead of choosing a random number, we started looking at options and saying which options to choose so that we could eliminate some options we could not eliminate. Second thing we realized is that one, choosing options. Second, approximation was very important. And whenever they're saying use approximation, or our eyes are always on the option, so we always are looking at saying that what is it that we are solving for. So if the options were far away, I need not calculate the actual value, right? Third is that we realize that there are multiple ways to solve and get the answer, but which method to go for is something that we need to understand. That okay, with practice we realize okay, which would be the fastest way to reach our answer. So these are the 3-4 things that we learned in this video. So thanks for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video where I'll discuss pie charts.